So good morning all of you. Yesterday we have seen the scaling amplifier, summing amplifier and the averaging circuit using inverting operational amplifier mode. And also we have solved few numericals on the same topic. Now today's lecture you will understand similar circuit using non-inverting configuration of op-amp. We'll see analysis and then after the numerical on the non-inverting op-amp, scaling amplifier and summing amplifier. Now, at the end of this lecture, you will be able to describe and design linear application like scaling amplifier, summing amplifier and the averaging circuit using non-inverting configuration. Again, as I earlier mentioned that before the analysis of any op-amp circuit, you must know the ideal characteristic of operational amplifier which never changes, that is nothing but Ri infinite, R0 0, differential voltage which is nothing but non-inverting minus inverting is equal to 0. In non-inverting mode, yesterday we have seen inverting mode, but today we are looking at non-inverting mode. So in non-inverting mode, the inverting terminal voltage is always equal to non-inverting terminal voltage. Means if my non-inverting terminal voltage, that is plus sign here, is say suppose V in, which is equal to say 5 volt, the inverting terminal voltage is similar, that is equal to 5 volt. In previous example in inverting, it was 0 to both the terminal, but right now in non-inverting mode, whatever is the non-inverting voltage will be the inverting voltage. So accordingly, the differential voltage becomes 0 because those similar voltages get subtracted from each other and the result becomes 0. Again, the bias current is nothing but the input current passing into the terminal, that is IB minus and IB plus is equal to 0. This is also ideal characteristic. Open loop gain, which is called AOL, is infinite. CMRR is infinite and the bandwidth of the op amp is infinite, out of which we will be using Ri infinite, differential voltage 0, bias current 0, and both the terminal, that is non-inverting and inverting terminal, will have same voltage. These ideal characteristic will be taken into consideration while analyzing op amp circuit. Now you can see on this PPT, it shows the scaling amplifier using non-inverting mode, wherein you can see the input V in is connected to the positive terminal, which is referred as non-inverting terminal of op amp, and feedback resistance RF is connected in the output terminal and the inverting terminal at node Vn, and resistance R1 is connected to the inverting terminal of the op amp and towards the ground. So this is the circuit diagram. Again, assuming the ideal op amp characteristic, the input impedance is infinite, bias current into the op amp is 0. That's why whatever is the voltage at this terminal, what is the voltage at this terminal? At this terminal, the voltage is input voltage V in. Similar voltage will reflect on another terminal, which is inverting terminal. And if I say what is the voltage of node Vn, so of course the voltage at node Vn will be similar, which is V in. Then we'll move to the output equation of this circuit. So I'll move to the next slide. So again, as I said, analysis of any circuit, non-inverting amplifier we are looking at. Ideal op amp, Ri infinite, bias current 0, differential voltage 0. Then therefore from the circuit diagram, non-inverting voltage will be equal to inverting voltage. Putting into the above equation, we get non-inverting voltage, which is V in, is nothing but the inverting voltage. That's why I made this statement, node Vn voltage is equal to input that we are applying directly to the non-inverting terminal. Now after this, we need the output equation in the form of feedback resistance and the input resistance R1. So it is on the next slide. So applying KCL at node Vn. Where is node Vn? Vn is here. What do you see there? Near to the Vn, one current is coming to the Vn, which is referred as feedback current IF, of course, which is generated at the output terminal Vout. I assume that some positive input is connected. That's why some positive voltage is generated at the output. It is generating a current from output towards the inverting terminal or the node Vn. Again, as this current is generated, which is IF, feedback current, will not pass into the op amp as the op amp has infinite impedance or resistance. So it will not pass inside op amp. So it will pass to the resistance R1 through the resistance R1 and passes to the lower potential, which is ground. You might be thinking why I am taking this direction of the current. A simple example, I assume that this input voltage is positive. As it is a non-inverting amplifier, it will generate some finite positive value at the output, and referring to the finite positive value at the output, and this side is ground. So of course current will pass from higher potential to the lower potential. That's why from output through RF and R1 it will pass to the ground, and no current inside op amp because op amp has very high resistance, input resistance. So once this step is achieved, accordingly the voltage will be developed across resistance RF. Entering point of the current will be positive, leaving point of the current will be negative. Again similar thing across R1. So both the resistance will have certain voltage drop because it is passing current through. So moving to this, as I mentioned, the KCL at node Vn is here. Vn is nothing but a non-inverting terminal. KCL at that will be feedback current minus I1 equals to 0 because the input current to op amp is equal to 0. Writing this current equation in the form of voltages and resistance. So it will be, of course, this end of the resistance is at potential V out. This end of the resistance is at potential Vn, node voltage Vn. So I wrote output voltage minus node voltage Vn, and due to that voltage develop across resistance Rf, so divided by Rf is nothing but the voltage across, current through the Rf minus the current through R1 can be written like voltage at this terminal of the R1 is Vn. Voltage at this terminal of R1 is 0. So I wrote Vn minus 0 divided by resistance itself, that is R1, is nothing but current passing through R1, which is equal to 0. Now I have equation that is V out minus Vn divided by Rf minus Vn minus 0 divided by R1 is equal to 0. But what is the value of Vn? As we already mentioned in previous slide, Vn will be equal to the exactly similar voltage which is on the non-inverting terminal, because non-inverting terminal and inverting terminal will have same voltage. So Vn is nothing but Vni, that is voltage at non-inverting terminal. So that's why we use this, that Vn is nothing but input voltage Vin. So putting the value of Vn and solving the above equation, it is very easy to solve. Solving above equation, we get the output voltage is equal to 1 plus Rf upon R1 times Vin. So 1 plus Rf upon R1 is nothing but gain, or it is called scaling factor. This is what? This is gain. This is referred as voltage gain AV. So 1 plus Rf upon R1 is voltage gain AV, or it is also referred as scaling factor. And this is the input, whatever we are connecting to the non-inverting terminal. So where 1 plus Rf upon R1 is referred as closed loop gain ACL, depending on the value of Rf upon R1. Suppose Rf is 10K, R1 is 5K. So 10K divided by 5K, it will be 2, plus 1, it will be 3. So our scaling factor or closed loop gain of this amplifier will be equal to 3. So if somebody asks you to design scaling factor 5 non-inverting amplifier using scaling factor 5, the ultimate meaning is it will multiply input by 5 and generates the output. You can see the equation. I shall erase highlighted points. Okay. You can see the equation V out is equal to 1 plus Rf upon R1 into V in. So like in earlier lecture, there is no minus sign here on left hand side as well as right hand side. Both the polarities are positive, means V out is also positive, V in is also positive. Therefore, there is no phase shift between input and output. And suppose I apply certain sinusoidal signal of certain frequency and amplitude to this input V in, the output will retain the same shape, same frequency, only the amplitude will increase, and it increased by the gain or the scaling factor. Hence, it is called a non-inverting amplifier because input phase and output phase is same. That's why it is referred as non-inverting amplifier. In earlier lecture, we have seen inverting because there was 180 degree out of phase. That is, input and output has 180 degree out of phase. One is positive and the another is negative. I hope this, up to this, it is clear to you all. Yes, anybody from you can speak. PPTs are visible. Yes, sir. Getting the points? Okay. Yes. Whatever yes, I am highlighting, is it reflecting at your end? Okay, I shall move further. So it is a simple example. Non-inverting amplifier having single input and feedback components, so that required closed loop gain or scaling factor may achieve by choosing proper value of component. So next PPT, I have one numerical. I hope you have notebook and calculator with you. So numerical based on previous theory is design scale changer. Somewhere it is scalar, scaling amplifier, design scale changer with scaling factor of 3 using non-inverting amplifier. So if I say non-inverting amplifier means circuit configuration will be in this fashion. Input is to non-inverting and inverting may feedback components are connected. And calculate the output if 0.5 volt input is connected. Means we have to design non-inverting scaling amplifier with scaling factor 3, as well as we have to calculate the output voltage if given input voltage is 0.5 volt. So given data is scaling factor is equal to 3. That is nothing but closed loop gain is equal to 3. Non-inverting amplifier is used. This is also given. So design solution will be simple. Closed loop gain is equal to 1 plus Rf upon R1. What we want? We want closed loop gain is equal to 3. So to achieve 3, I kept ACL is equal to 3, then 1 plus Rf upon R1. Of course, the Rf will be double than that of R1, so that we may achieve ACL is equal to 3. So I choose RF is equal to 10K equal to sign. I forgot to mention here. RF is equal to 10K. So it will be RF is equal to 10K. That's why R1 will be equal to 5K. So if I put this value of R1 5K and value of RF 10K, then scaling factor 3 can be achieved. On next PPT, second solution is given because half part is still remaining. If 0.5 volt input is applied, what is the output? So of course, scaling factor multiplied by input is nothing but output. So on next PPT, if Vin is a 0.5 volt, simply use output voltage formula, that is V out is equal to 1 plus RF upon R1 multiplied by Vin. Doing this calculation, we get output is equal to 1.5. Let's verify similar example in the multisim. I have some simulation software here. I will open that. So here you can see two circuits. Here I cannot highlight because highlighter is say not active in multisim software. It is active on PPTs only. So you can see a top circuit, upper circuit has an op amp. I may highlight in this way. Connected 2 volt DC to positive terminal. So it is of course what? This is non-inverting amplifier. So non-inverting amplifier, what was the values that we got? Value was first is 10K. Feedback resistance is 10K. I shall stop this. And input resistance is 5K. 5K. And what is input voltage? Input voltage we have 0.5 volt. So I made changes as per this. 0.5 volt is input and calculated values of RF and R1. And I will run this circuit and you will get here. What was the answer here? Answer is 1.5 volt that we got during solving this numerical. And for the same configuration in multisim, the output generated is 1.499. Of course, 1.499 is nothing but 1.5. So this is how you can use this multisim software and you can simulate the circuit and you can cross verify whether the design values are working properly or not. I hope the simulation is visible to everybody. I need feedback from your side before proceeding. Anybody from you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is visible. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I shall move next. So this was the simplest, say, example. This was the simplest example of non-inverting amplifier. Now next is the summing amplifier. Summing amplifier means we can add number of sources using this circuit. Again, the mode of operation is non-inverting mode because this is the non-inverting terminal and all the sources V1, V2 and V3 are connected to the non-inverting terminal. That's why it is non-inverting summing amplifier. So in this, what we can achieve, we can have V out is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3, or we may have another equation like V out is equal to some gain like say 5 into V1 plus V2 plus V3. So if we are using gain more than 1 and addition of 3 sources, it is called summing amplifier. And if we are using gain is equal to 1 and adding 3 sources, it will be simply adder circuit. It will add 3 sources together. It will not multiply any gain. Now here what you can see, non-inverting mode is there because Feedback resistance is connected between output and the non-inverting terminal. Then input resistance Ri is connected between inverting terminal and ground. And the input is coming from this end, right? So input is connected to non-inverting terminal. That's why it is referred as non-inverting mode. Then very simple, number of sources, whatever number of sources you are using, if you are using two number of sources, suppose you have to use R1 and R2 only and connect R1 and R2 at single node, say Vn, and to R1 and R2 connect two different sources, that is V1 and V2. If you want three sources, it will be R1, R2 and R3 connected together on Vn, and individual V1, V2, V3 will be connected to individual resistance. In this way, you may increase this network, say more number of resistances will be required. As the input impedance is very high for the op amp, there will not be any loading effect on the device if you increases number of sources. So for standard, of course, for writing into the examination, or it will not cross more than 4 sources. For simplicity, of course, because we have to manage time as well as calculations, everything. So it will be maximum 4 sources into the examination. But we may add on number of sources into the summing amplifier. Now, the analysis of this circuit, again, as I mentioned, whenever you analyze certain op amp circuit, you have to think of ideal characteristic. So I used all ideal characteristic, no current passes into the op amp as the input impedance is infinite, and the differential voltage is equal to 0, which is nothing but non-inverting voltage minus inverting voltage. So of course, to get differential voltage is equal to 0, non-inverting voltage and inverting voltage, must be same. So here in this example, in previous example, non-inverting voltage was directly V in, but here it is unknown. Because what are the inputs? Input are V1, V2 and V3 are the known sources. It may be 1 volt, 2 volt and 3 volt. But what value of voltage is generated at this node, we cannot predict. So for that, we have to solve for Vn. We have to solve for Vn, and then after we can solve for the output equation Vout. So on next PPT, we'll see the analysis. We'll see how the equation for Vout is, say, derived here. And later on, we'll have numerical on the same and we'll see the simulation circuit. So again, analysis of the summing amplifier, assuming ideal op amp, input impedance infinite, bias current 0, differential voltage non-inverting minus inverting 0. Therefore, whatever is the voltage at non-inverting, means voltage here, non-inverting terminal will be similar to the inverting terminal. What is voltage at non-inverting terminal in this circuit? Vn, which is unknown. And we will calculate this Vn in terms of V1, V2, V3 and R1, R2, R3 on next slide. Therefore, from the circuit diagram, non-inverting terminal voltage is Vn. As I mentioned, non-inverting terminal voltage is Vn. And we get inverting voltage terminal is also Vn, because this terminal and this terminal, both the terminal will have same voltage. Therefore, we will find node voltage Vn. This will be very first stage while deriving the output equation of this circuit. Moving to the next. Of course, we have to write KCL at this node Vn, because we know currents passing through the node Vn and related voltages and resistances connected. So if I'm writing the current equation, you can see 3 currents are passing towards nodes, that is I1, I2 and third one is I3. And leaving current is bias current IB, but it is of course 0. No current will be read by operational amplifier, it is equal to 0. That's why applying KCL at node Vn, I wrote current equations I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to 0. And I will write this current in the form of voltage and resistance. So of course, what is this voltage? This is the known voltage V1 applied voltage, and this is Vn, which is unknown voltage. So at this end of resistance R1 is V1, at this end of resistance R1 is Vn. So entering current will be positive terminal, leaving current will be negative terminal of the resistance. So I wrote V1 minus Vn divided by resistance itself, that is R1, plus I'll write for I2. I2 will be this value is V2 and this value is V1, sorry, Vn. That's why positive here and leaving is negative. So V2 minus node voltage Vn divided by R2 will be your second current. And third current is due to V3 here, generates positive and negative on R3. So V3 here and Vn here. So it will be V3 minus Vn divided by R3 will be equal to 0 because current passing into the op-amp terminal is equal to 0. So where Vn is non-inverting terminal voltage. And solving this equation, we get value of Vn. I took Vn at left hand side and remaining parameter which are known because resistances you will connect, sources will be known. So on right hand side, so Vn is calculated as V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3 whole divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Hence, the equivalent circuit will be, why the equivalent? Because now I know what is voltage at this point in terms of resistances and the input voltages. So I will not think of this part of the circuit. I will directly say here at this point, the voltage is Vn and derived by this equation, which is written on the PPT. And directly I may have this circuit because here the unknown voltage Vn is calculated in the form of known quantities and which is given to the non-inverting terminal directly, and circuit is reduced to this equivalent circuit. Now to maintain differential voltage Vd0, this voltage Vn will be appearing across inverting terminal as well here. So what do you see? Looking at this circuit, this is simply non-inverting amplifier with feedback resistance Rf and input resistance Ri. So writing Vout equation is very easy. You can see, hence this circuit, okay, this one. Hence this circuit is equivalent circuit will be simply non-inverting amplifier with closed loop gain. क्या रहता है closed loop gain of non-inverting amplifier? It will be feedback resistance divided by input resistance plus 1. So I have 1 plus Rf by Ri. So this will be the gain of this circuit. So what I will do? Output will be what? Output is gain multiply by input. Now input is what? Vn here. So gain multiplied by Vn is nothing but your output. Therefore, I wrote Vout is equal to non-inverting gain multiplied by input to the non-inverting terminal, which is Vn. Putting the value of Vn in this equation, I get Vout is equal to 1 plus Rf by R1 multiplied by V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3 divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So this is the complete solution for the output value into the non-inverting amplifier. or the output equation. Though the equation seems to be very huge, don't you worry. It is very simple. If we choose all the resistances R1, R2, R3 and Ri in previous circuit, of course, if we choose R1, R2, R3 and Ri, those are equal and that is equal to Rf by 2, then simply this circuit will be acting like adder. If we choose this proportion of resistances, the output will be simply addition of three sources, which is V1 plus V2 plus V3. Anybody has doubt till the time? Yes, I need comment from your side. Any doubt till the time? Am I audible? Abhijit?
You are audible, sir.
Yeah. Anybody has doubt? Lakshmi Harne? Lakshmi, are you there?
Yes, sir. No, not it.
Am I audible to you, Lakshmi?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay, not what about what you are saying? Not it means you're not getting anything or no doubt.
No, sir. No doubt at
Okay, no doubt.
it.
Okay, okay. Yes, Jaju, Riddhi Jaju,
Sir.
Nimish Atwar.
Yes, sir.
Okay, is it
No
clear? No
Yes,
doubt.
sir.
Okay.
No.
I'll pick random say student to ask certain say questions so that because it will be monotonous lecture. I'll not get whether say you're getting or not. Yes, Rajan Gupta. Rajan Gupta, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it going? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I shall move to the next PPT. So here by choosing such proportions of the resistances, we get non-inverting adder circuit, which is V out is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So we'll solve one numerical here. I hope you have pen and page with you, notebook and pen, and the calculators. Mostly the answers are given on the PPT itself, but you may practice it. So the numerical is design adder circuit to get V out is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Whatever we did on previous PPT, it is same. So the solution, first check the given data. Given equation shows that addition of three sources with gain is equal to 1. Of course, addition is there. Gain factor is also there. That is 1 plus Rf upon Ri, but it is equal to 1. That's why there is no effect of gain. It is simply addition. As there is no minus sign given in front of V1 plus V2 plus V3, so of course it is non-inverting configuration because the problem statement will be given to you, will be very short. Design adder circuit for equation V out is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Accordingly, you have to identify whether it is non-inverting configuration or inverting configuration. Simple to identify. If there is no minus sign, definitely it is non-inverting configuration. So given data, non-inverting configuration has to be used. Then we know that output voltage is equal to 1 plus Rf upon Ri into Vn. Elaborating that, V out will be equal to 1 plus Rf upon Ri multiply by complete value of Vn, that is V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3 upon 1 plus R1 plus 1 plus R2 plus 1 plus R3. And we know in earlier PPT we discussed, if we choose R1, R2, by mistake I wrote R1, R1 again. So this must be R2. This must be R2. So R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to Ri is equal to Rf by 2. Then I'll get output voltage equal to addition of this V1, V2 and V3. That's why I will choose one of the resistance. Of course, Rf I will choose first. So choosing Rf is equal to 10K. So of course, using the proportion of R1, R2, R3 and Ri and Rf, or relation between those, the remaining resistance R1, R2, R3 and Ri will be equal to 5K. And it will be solved. So what we will do, we will go back to the simulation software, that is Multisim, and we'll start simulating this. So I go back to the simulation software, non-inverting summing amplifier. So this is the non-inverting summing amplifier. What I use? Yes, I will show one by one. R1 I use 5K as we calculated earlier. R2 and R3, यहाँ पे notations are changed, don't worry about this. This is R2 and R3 5K. Then feedback resistance, I have made changes. So this resistance, feedback resistance कितना चाहिए? Feedback resistance must be 10K. And again the input, this is the input resistance. Some fashion is different, but it is input resistance. I will let you know. This is the inverting terminal and ground. Inverting terminal ground में जो connect है, that is the input resistance. So I made R1, R2, R3 and Ri is equal to 5K, and the feedback resistance between inverting terminal and the output, that is equal to 10K. What are the sources connected? Sources V1 is 1 volt. Please look at the screen. V1 is 1 volt, V2 is 3 volt and V3 is 1 volt. So simply thinking of this, whatever the proportion we choose, it must be addition V1 plus V2 plus V3, and expected is 3 plus 1 is 4 and plus 1 is 5. So output must be 5. So I will run this. Before that I have to stop simulation of previous circuit. Okay. So here I will run this and I will check the output voltage. So you get 5 volt. 5 volt is nothing but addition of V1, V2 and V3. In this way, you can again simulate very simple circuit, and you can cross verify whatever the design you made on pen and paper, using pen and paper, is it actually simulating into the simulation software. If you are, say, getting close results into the simulation software, then you may go for the hardware. This is the process. So if till the time, if there is no doubt from your end, I shall move to the next numerical, because now we will solve the numerical on the different numerical and we will simulate it. So we'll move to the next slide. Again, you can see numerical number 3. You may again write it down in your notebook. Of course, these PPTs will be again posted on Teams, so you may get it download later on also. So design adder circuit to get V out is equal to 3 into V1 plus V2 plus V3. Now the gain is 3. Addition is required. All the sources are added together, but we need to amplify it with gain of 3. So it is called summing amplifier. Earlier was only adder. It is summing amplifier. So solution to this is, the given equation shows addition of 3 sources V1, V2 and V3. I'm sorry, previous copy paste हुआ है. Gain of 3. So given is addition of 3 sources, then gain is equal to 3. No minus sign means non-inverting summing amplifier, of course, and we know the output voltage is equal to 1 plus Rf upon Ri into Vn. Complete is 1 plus Rf upon Ri into value of Vn. Now what I will do, I will choose value of, you just do the calculation. It is very simple. If you use pen and paper, it will be very easy. If you say, if you do some practice on this part of the equation, if I choose R1, R2 and R3 is equal to 5K and value of Rf 8 times of Ri, then the given problem will be solved. That is 3 into V1 plus V2 plus V3. So I will choose what? Rf is equal to 12K and therefore my Ri will be equal to 1.5. So let's have simulation of this circuit. I'll make necessary changes. R1 is 5K, R2 is 5K, R3 is also 5K. Feedback resistance, I choose 12K. Accordingly, I shall stop simulation first. 12K. Accordingly, the input resistance Ri comes how much? 1.5K. So I made all the changes as per PPT, that all the resistances R1, R2 and R3 is equal to 5K, Rf 12K and Ri 1.5K. Later on, I'll simulate this. What is expected here? Now input V1 is 1 volt, V2 is 3 volt, V3 is 1 volt. Addition of this is 5 and the gain, for gain we calculated component for gain is equal to 3. So 5 multiplied by 3, the expected output on voltmeter will be 15 volt. Let's run this and I will see this. Oh, it is not 15. It is 13.764 volt. Why this is not accurate answer? Let's come back to the power supply of the op-amp. I have used VCC is equal to 15 volt and another minus VEE is ground. Means I have 15 volt plus with respect to ground. So maximum, ideally maximum I can achieve 15 volt, but practically there will be saturated voltage less than 15 volt, which is shown on this meter, that is 13.764. If I increase the power supply, then definitely I can expect exact value whatever, so whatever we calculated. So I made power supply VCC is equal to 18 volt and I will run this circuit again. So addition of 3 sources, 1 volt, 3 volt and 1 volt, that is 5, multiply by the gain provided by this circuit 3, it comes 15 and I got the simulation output is equal to 15. So this is how again you can have several practices with different scaling factor or gain of summing amplifier. You may make changes into the value of input resistances R1, R2 and R3 as well as feedback resistance and Ri, and accordingly you may cross check whether the design problem is providing you right solution or not. Coming back to the PPT again. So this was the problem solved as well as simulated on multisim. You have seen the results. So we are going in the right way. Next, numerical, actually such kind of numerical are rarely asked in the examination, because in earlier lecture I told you it is a design subject wherein what is the required output will be given to you. Analysis will not be say given to you, like some component values are given, R1, R2, R3 and Ri is given, output is given, input is given and value of Rf is to be calculated. Such kind of problem may say rarely asked in the examination. Still we will go through one such kind of problem. So what is the numerical for? Numerical for is the averaging circuit given in the figure is to be designed so that to get output voltage is equal to 5.2 volt. यहाँ पे उल्टा दिया है, output कितना चाहिए in this circuit? In this circuit output is required 5.2 volt. V1 and V2 is given, which is 1.5 volt. V3 is 3 volt, and value of R1, R2 and R3 and Ri is 1.5K. Determine the value of feedback resistance RF. We are asked to calculate feedback resistance RF in this network. Such kind of problems may asked in the examination. Of course, rarely it may ask. So again, solution to calculate voltage at non-inverting terminal. Of course, if until and unless you don't know what is value of Vn, you cannot proceed ahead. So for calculating value of Vn, I use formula for Vn, kept all the values into the formula. That is, I know V1, V2, V3, as well as R1, R2 and R3. I kept this into the equation. Later on, if we calculate, it is 2 volt. Vn is 2 volt. Now output is given 5.2 volt. R1 we know, Ri we know, and Vn it is known to us now after calculation. So I use gain formula. Vout is equal to 1 plus Rf upon Ri. This is Ri, okay? By mistake I write R1. It happens, okay? So Vout is equal to 1 plus Rf upon Ri into Vn, which is the node voltage at non-inverting terminal. Putting all values, that is Vout is equal to 5.2, Vn is equal to 2 volt, value of Ri is 1.5K, and after say calculating for RF comes 2.4K. RF comes 2.4K. So this is how we can solve certain problem. Let's have similar things here. What was the values? R1, R2, R3 and Ri is 1.5K. So let's go back to the circuit, make the necessary changes. That is 1.5K. Simulation stop karna padega. Then this will be also 1.5K. This will be also 1.5K. Then what was the feedback resistance? 2.4K. 2.4K. And the input voltages are 1.5, 1.5 and 3. So this is 2.4K. Input voltages are 1.5 volt, then 1.5 volt. You may change either, no worry about that. And again, this will be 3. And if I run this circuit, I'm doing this experiment now. I'm expecting output voltage is equal to 5.2. I hope all the values are same. 1.5 all resistances, then 1.5 volt V1, V2 and V3 is 3 volt, and 2.4K is the feedback resistance. Let's run this. Yes, you got the value of the output 5.2. So whatever we design is correct. Before ending this lecture, I'll show you simulation of previous circuits that we have not discussed in previous lecture. So non-inverting amplifier, we already say perform this today. This is what? This is inverting summing amplifier, where 3 resistances are connected to the inverting terminal here. And to 3 resistances connected 3 sources, V1 1 volt, V2 2 volt, V3 1 volt. And again, all the resistances are equal, V1, V2, R1, R2, R3 and the feedback resistance जो यहाँ पे R2 करके लिखा है, all the resistances are equal. Then What was the output for inverting summing amplifier? It is V out is equal to minus of V1 plus V2 plus V3. So you can see here minus of V1 plus V2 plus V3. It comes 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 1 is 4, and it shows a minus sign on the output, that is minus 4. Of course, if you change the resistance, the multiplying factor will change. If you want to add gain, you have to change this feedback resistance into the network. This is again inverting amplifier. One capacitor is kept, you may remove that capacitor. It is for say proper AC coupling. You may remove, still the result will be same in this circuit. So 2-volt peak to peak, 2-volt peak, not peak to peak, 2-volt peak 10 kilohertz sinusoidal waveform is given to inverting amplifier with gain how much? 4K is the feedback resistance, 2K is the input resistance. So 4 by 2 is 2. So minus 2 का gain है, means 2 का gain है, minus will be the phase of 180 degree phase shift. So if I run this circuit, you can see, I will pause this. So you can see here, this is input, white is the input, yellow is the output. They are 180 degree out of phase. You can see one is the amplified, output is the amplified, and original input signal is say of having 4-volt peak to peak value, and 4-volt multiplied by gain 2, that will be 8-volt peak to peak value of the output. So output amplitude is double than that of input. And similarly, this was what non-inverting. Similarly, on the same, I have connected inverting at the bottom of this circuit, wherein you can see 1K is the feedback resistance, 1K is the input resistance, and inverting terminal is fed by input voltage 2. So it will be 1 by 1, it will be, gain will be 1. So it will have only minus sign at the output. So minus 2 volt is generated because this ratio RF by R ratio is equal to 1. Let's change that ratio and then we'll stop. So what I will do, I will make the ratio 5. So I will do this 5K. So 5K, this feedback resistance 5K divided by input resistance 1K, gain will be 5. Input to inverting terminal is 2 volts. So 5 into 2, it is expected 10. As it is inverting mode of operation, it is expected minus 10. So let's see. So it is minus 9.999 is nothing but minus 10 volt. So this was all related to non-inverting amplifier, summing amplifier and scalar from my side. Thank you very much. If you have any question, there are 4-5 minutes. You may discuss with me, or else later on we may have discussion if you have any doubt. Please unmute yourself if you wanted to discuss something with me. I'll wait for only 3 minutes to 1 p.m. Yes, Mohammad Rahil. Mohammad, are you
Yes, sir.
there? Yeah. Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Any query? What query you have?
No, sir.
No? Getting everything?
Yes, sir. Somewhat.
Okay. So if you are getting somewhat, then you should have query. Yes. Rujuta Sakre. Rujuta, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Getting everything on your screen without interrupt in sound, audio.
Yes, sir. Everything was fine.
Okay. PPT will be shared after say 1 hour
Okay,
on the
sir.
Teams in your class. सिद्धेश काचकुरे काही बोलला नाही आज. सिद्धेश Kachkure, are you there?
Yes, sir. No
Okay.
doubt, sir.
No doubt. Okay, so I declare that this lecture is over here. I shall download the attendance. Wait for a minute.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So thank you all of you. We'll have lecture after 1 week now, because in next week Dr. Khanchane sir will conduct your lectures related to analog electronics too. So later on we'll see for further topics. Thank you very much.